will be reading 2 Kings 2, verses 1 to 6 through 14. When the Lord was about to take Elijah up to heaven in a strong wind, Elijah and Elisha were on their ways to Galilee. Elijah said to Elijah, "Stay here, for the Lord has sent me to bed. Surely as the Lord lived, as you live, I will not leave you." So they went down to bed. Verse 6. Then Elijah said to him, "Stay here, the Lord has sent me to Jordan." And he replied, "Surely as the Lord has lived, as you live, I will not leave you." So the two walked on. 50 men of the company where the prophets went and stood in the distance, facing the place where Elijah and Elijah had stopped at the Jordan River. Elijah took off his coat, rolled it up, and stuck it in the water. Then the water divided to the right and to the left, and the two of them crossed over the dry land. When they both crossed, Elijah said to Elijah, "Tell me, what can I do for you before the Lord takes me away from you?" "Let me inherit you double portions of your spirit," Elijah replied. "So you ask me a difficult thing," Elijah said. "Yet if you see me when I'm taken from you, it will be yours, otherwise not." As they were walking along and talking together, suddenly a chariot of fire and a horse of fire appeared and separated the two of them. Elijah went to the heavens in a strong wind. Elijah saw this and cried out, my father, the chariot and the horsemen of Israel." And Elijah saw him no more. Then he took a hold of his own clothes and tore them apart. He picked up his clothes as they were fallen from Elijah, and they went and stood at the banks of Jordan. Then he took off his coat as it fell from him and stuck it in the water. Where now is the Lord, the God of Elijah?" he asked. When they struck the water, it divided right to the right and right to the left, and he crossed over.
Amen.
When the days for his being taken up were fulfilled, he resolutely determined to journey to Jerusalem, and he sent messengers ahead of him. On the way, he entered a Samaritan village to prepare for his reception there, but they would not welcome him because the destination of his journey was Jerusalem. When the disciples James and John saw this, they asked, "Lord, do you want us to call down fire from heaven to consume him?" Jesus turned and rebuked them, and they journeyed to another village. As they were proceeded on their journey, someone said to him, "I will follow you wherever you go." Jesus answered him, "Foxes have dens and birds have the sky have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to rest his head."
Amen.
And to another he said, "Follow me." But he replied, "Lord, let me go first and bury my father." But he answered him, "Let the dead bury the dead. But you go and proclaim the kingdom of God." Another said, "I will follow you, Lord, but first let me say farewell to my family at home." To him Jesus said, "No one who sets a hand to the plow and looks to what was left behind is fit for the kingdom of God."
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.